Charles, good morning. How are you?
I'm great, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Where do you think we're headed with the coronavirus when it comes to canceling games or games without fans?
Well, I'm not sure where we're at. I hope we don't get to that point, to be honest with you. My question would be, if those fans don't come to the game, are they just going to stay in the house forever? Are they going to go to work? Are they going to go to dinner? Like, just because they don't come to NBA games or sporting events, are we assuming they're just going to stay in the house for the rest of their life?
Yeah, it's a
I mean,
great unknown, though. I
no,
mean,
no, I know, but that's the thing that's interesting about this whole debate. Like, okay, they don't come to NBA games, they don't come to college games, but I think the majority of those people gonna still go to work or go out in the world, so they still gonna have the virus circulating. I mean, I think we just got to have some common sense. I mean, like I say, if they don't come to the games, are they going to be, like I say, are they just going to stay at home for the rest of their life?
but I think these leagues are. I think we're going to have games without fans coming up. I think my gut feeling, and then I wonder about March Madness and the Final Four. The fact that they're already thinking about canceling the Olympics or postponing the Olympics.
Well, they shouldn't cancel the Olympics. They should move the Olympics to the United States because some people, Dan, that's their whole life, the Olympics. And it wouldn't be fair to those people who've been training for basically the last 4 years. They should move it to the United States. We already got all the stadiums. Most of those countries build new stadiums and stuff that becomes an eyesore in history. If you go back and look at what things, the United States, we can do L.A., we can do Chicago, we can do New York. We already got all the stadiums built. But there's people who whole life revolves around the Olympics. And I just don't think it would be fair to cancel it. Like, even when we boycotted the Olympics one time, that really wasn't fair to a lot of people who, like I say, the Olympics are a really big deal to certain people.
Talking to Charles Barkley, Hall of Famer, Turner Sports NBA analyst. Where do you stand on the MVP race right now? Is it a race that's over?
Not over. LeBron is gaining, but Giannis got the lead in the clubhouse. You know what's interesting? LeBron has played great. But, Dan, can I ask you a question?
All right.
Who was the leading scorer against the Bucks Friday night for the Lakers and the leading scorer for the Lakers Sunday against the Clippers?
Anthony Davis.
Okay, just checking. You would not know that by all these asses on television. Hey, LeBron's been great. LeBron's been great. But I was like, wait a minute. I know LeBron's been great. And I understand there's that Kobe narrative, LeBron playing for the Lakers. Everybody want to be sentimental, and that's understandable. But from day one this year, Giannis has been the best player in the world. They were on pace to win 70 games, and LeBron plays with Anthony Davis. That's a big deal. And it's interesting. I hear some of these fools and clowns and jackasses get on TV and say, well, Giannis plays in the weaker Eastern Conference. I mean, you mean like LeBron when he won all his MVPs, and he played with loaded teams: Bosh, Dwayne Wade, Kevin Love,
Kyrie.
and Kyrie. So I'm curious. See, you can frame the narrative how you want to, Dan, but I just don't think it'll be fair. Giannis has been the best player from day one. He doesn't play with Anthony Davis. LeBron's been amazing, but I understand all these guys. They want it. They're like, okay, LeBron's playing great at 35. They act like he's 100, and they do. They act like he's 35. I'm like, 35. Give me a break. But I just hope that people use their common sense.
Yeah, but we love a storyline. The media loves a storyline. They wrote this.
You're correct. But you don't get to create your storyline. Your storyline is Giannis is going to, like I say, before he got hurt, they were going to come really close to 70 games. Really close. He's playing with Chris Middleton, who's an all-star. LeBron's playing with Anthony Davis, who's probably one of the top 5 players in the world. And then, like I say, they say, well, Giannis plays in the East. I'm like, LeBron, when y'all were bragging all those years he made it to the finals, he was playing in the East. So, like you say, you're right. The media wants to change the narrative and make it what it is. But in just my opinion, Giannis has been the best player from day one in the NBA this year.
I saw where you're going to auction off a lot of your memorabilia. Why now?
Yeah, I got it's just, I was talking to one of my mentors, Billy Cunningham, and he was going to sell his memorabilia because, your kids don't want that crap. And first of all, I don't want to be 70 years old having people, hey, let me show you my MVP trophy. I mean, I don't want to be one of those old guys. That happened a long time ago. And my hometown needs some help. I was down visiting my friends in the last couple of weeks, and my side of town is not great. And I think that I got an autograph deal with Panini, and the guy said he can get a lot of money for my MVP trophy, my gold medals. But my daughter, I asked her, because she's the most important thing, I said, do you want this stuff? She says, I'll take a gold medal, and you can auction off the rest. And I got a lot of good stuff. I got a flag, a United States flag, signed by everybody on the Dream Team that I stole from Barcelona. It's one of the coolest things. It was laying around. And I grabbed it, and I got everybody to sign it. It's actually on the wall in my house. I got a lot of really good stuff. And then I don't need that stuff. It's sitting around the house. It's actually around my mother and grandmother's house. They both have passed away. And like I said, it's going to be great for my hometown because it needs some work.
What can I buy?
Dan, you can't afford anything probably that I got.
Okay. I'm just curious if you had something, I got the Danettes too that we can kind of pull our money together and I could buy something.
Dan, you know what? I apologize. You know what? You probably are loaded. As long as you've been in the television business, you probably you are loaded. Because you know what? You probably, and I'm giving you a compliment, you're in the conversation for probably the longest person who's been on television, on major networks. I'm trying to think who's in the conversation with you. I mean, you might have you've had one of the greatest careers ever. But between you being on other networks and having your own thing now, you've had one of the longest careers ever.
Well, thank you.
No, I mean that's incredible.
I'm kind of.
How about your Dayton Flyers?
They look pretty good. I wish that they weren't getting this much recognition. That makes me nervous. They're a little too hot right now.
Well, I hope that the young kid Obi wins the Player of the Year. I hope Anthony Grant wins the National Coach of the Year because they've been great.
Yeah.
I've been studying them for the last couple of months, man. They got a shot. There's no great team. There's probably 20 really good teams. It's up for grabs. I think Kansas will probably be the favorite, but they're not a strong favorite because Dayton, Gonzaga, Baylor. I thought Baylor might be the best team, but they've lost 3 out of 4. But it's this. I think, like I say, this is going to be the best without the coronavirus in the conversation. This could be the best Final Four NCAA tournament ever because of all the upsets.
Now, you've had a great career and a long career and 2 Hall of Fame careers as a player and a broadcaster, but I was sorry to hear that Draymond Green is going to take your job. I don't know how soon that's going to happen, but is that this year or next? When does Draymond Green, because he's not going to be in the playoffs this year, but is your job safe?
My job is safe. Dan, Draymond Green is he's a nice guy. I like Draymond. And he's a good player. But you know what he is? He's like the guy in the boy band who's the least important member. And he think the crowd is like cheering for him. He doesn't realize he's standing next to Justin Timberlake. Yeah, he's the least famous person in the boy band, and he thinks he's a star.
So he's Joey. He's Joey Fatone.
I'm not going to talk about Joey. I know Joey.
Okay, Lance Bass. He's Lance Bass.
Stop it, man. We're not going to insult him about it. But he's like in the boy band, who's lucky to be in the boy band, and like he think all the girls are screaming for him, and like no, they're screaming for Justin Timberlake. You're just in the band. Enjoy being in the band because you're never going to have any hit singles. But he's a nice guy. I like messing with him. I do. I like messing with him. But first of all, he don't have a face for TV. He's got a face for radio, so he's not going to get my TV gig.
Would you trade your career for his career?
No, my career is what it is. I was a great player. I didn't win the championship. But there's a lot of guys who didn't win a championship are much better than some of these guys who get championship rings. Man, my career speaks for itself. I didn't win it. I always find it fascinating when people want to try to shoot you down. They say you didn't win a championship. It is a team game. And it's a team game. But also, some of these guys who got rings, they were just on the team. They were bus riders. They wasn't bus drivers.
And it does come up. It feels like that's when somebody goes scoreboard on you when they go, yeah, but you never won a championship. And
well, because they act like you're playing poker or something, and when they're it's like when they're like, I got nothing else to say, but you didn't win the championship. I'm like, okay, I got that. What else do you have? It's like they act like we're playing tennis. It's like, you got no championship. That's game, set, and match. I'm like, okay, I get it. I didn't win the championship. Is that the only thing you got? I always laugh because I'm like, yeah, okay. I think everybody know I didn't win a championship. Is that your final point? Do you have, like, any more points? And they don't have any more points because, like I say, man, I think everybody know I was a hell of a player. I didn't win a championship, but, nobody thinks Draymond is better than me or Karl Malone or Patrick Ewing or Elgin Baylor. Nobody thinks that who's got any common sense. But I don't hate on Draymond. He's a good little player, and he's a nice guy.
When are you going to?
I told you though, he's in the boy band. He thinks he's Justin Timberlake, and he's not.
When are you going to start selling off your sports memorabilia? Do we have anything to promote here of where people can find out more information on this?
No, you know what, Dan? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll let you know because I'm in New York now. I got to do Colbert tonight.
Oh, look at you.
Then March Madness start Sunday. And so I'm crazy for the next month. And then I go right into the NBA playoffs. So nothing's going to happen till right after the NBA playoffs. And what I'll do is, Dan, because you've been great to me all these years, I'll come on your show when we get everything set up and announce where people can go and bid on this stuff.
That'd be great. We had Christian Laettner on last year, and he admitted to stealing stuff from you during the Dream Team.
Well, we were all stealing from each other because I got some Michael Jordan stuff. I got a Michael Jordan practice jersey, a warm up. I got a Magic Johnson warm up. I was stealing like it was no every game. I was stealing stuff. That's the stuff that I'm gonna auction off. But I stole a Michael Jordan practice jersey, a warm up, and I got a Magic also. So a lot of stuff gonna come up. Them guys been looking for since 1992.
Magic's gonna be bidding on his own warm-ups.
Yeah. You know what I should do? I should try to sell it to them first.
I don't know if Jordan would be interested in buying, but Magic might want it.
Yeah, but no, it's gonna be great, man.
That's
I'm
good.
Really excited. I'm really excited about that.
Have fun with March Madness. We'll catch up with you again, and always appreciate you joining us.
All right, my brother, you take care of yourself. You guys take care.
That's Charles Barkley. We'll be on Colbert coming up tonight. We'll take a break. Play of the day is coming up next. Settle on a poll question as well, and a couple of stats of the day coming your way right after this.